I want to thank you for joining me once again out here in the old dusty workshop. I am very excited to get started on today's project. It is going to be an absolutely amazing piece to make. I am very grateful that you are here to watch me make it. Today I am going to be making a Damascus clad San Mai Katana, and I am very excited to get started. But first, we have to go ahead and get the Damascus made up. I'm going to be making the Damascus out of 15N20 and 1080, and using 80 CRV2 for the edge is just for that little bit of extra toughness as well as edge holding. So I'm really excited to get started here. I have some incredible materials to make the handle and the saya from. I have some koa wood, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I got a nice big piece that I will be cutting up for all of the handle and saya needs. And before we get started, I do just want to thank you for watching this video. Always helps me to continue doing all of these awesome projects out here in the old dusty workshop, especially when you like and subscribe. And the biggest thing you can do to support the channel would be to either share this video with a friend. You can also leave a comment down below if you have any ideas as to what I should make next. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get these billets together. And I'm going to take you over to the bench and show you what steel we're going to be working with. I have all of the steel here. Now, some of this is going to be used for another project, but I'm just going to be all forge welding it up together. Right here, we have 3 nice stacks of 15N20, 3 big stacks of 1080, and then I have a nice big piece of 80 CRV2. This is going to be for the core. I'm not going to use it yet. This is going to be the final billet, but this is the material that I will be using. So I'm going to start by taking these little pieces of steel, just kind of getting them layered correctly and welding them, kind of tack welding them in place so that we have our billet set up, and then it'll be time to start the forge and get these all forge welded, drawn out, restacked, and then we'll make our final billet. So I'm going to take you guys over to my little welding spot over here, and we're going to really get started. After much drying out, I have our 2 pieces of Damascus. Now I'm going to go ahead and get these all cleaned up, get them cut into their pieces. Then I can sandwich them around the core steel to get our billet of Damascus San Mai. I'm going to go ahead and take these over to the vise and we'll get them all cleaned up. I have the billet all welded up here for our last forge welding. So I'm going to go ahead and get the forge lit, and we are going to get these welds all set. Before I welded them together, I did weigh them, so I know that there is it's actually about 6 pounds of steel here, which is a lot more than I'll need. It's good to have extra because I'm going to be doing a little bit of ladder pattern, kind of get some contrast between the Damascus and the core. So will be quite a bit to grind off when I do that, but I still should have some extra. we have gone from just a pile of little pieces of steel to an entire sword. Now, I knew that keeping the core steel centered would be a little difficult. However, after inspecting everything, it came out really quite nice. I have a couple of spots where I will have to grind a little bit more off one side than the other to get the core perfectly centered. But that's okay. I left the blade really thick, well, in some spots well over 3/8 of an inch thick, so that won't be an issue at all. I'll be able to grind that core to be nice and centered in the blade. So now, what I'm going to do is just kind of get everything cleaned up. I'm going to profile the sword. I'm going to start grinding on those places that need more grinding than others, and then I will do any final straightening and forging that I need to do, and then it will be time to get it ground and heat treated. But all of those things are for the next episode, because I'm sure we've gone quite a long time. So that is where I'm going to end this episode, and it's quite a nice place to end. We have one big beautiful katana ready to be ground and ready to reveal all of its patterning secrets.